Uh-oh. There's nothing. Oh, there we are. We're back. MVP show here. Sunny Boca Raton, Florida. Here with Mons. Mons, how we feeling? Birthday's coming up.
Feel good.
Not a birthday guy.
Doesn't change anything.
You're very specific on you're
just a year older. Grown men shouldn't care.
You know what you hate most though right now this week? It's green messages on an iPhone.
Yeah.
You can't stand it.
Fix your fucking phone, dude.
Yeah, Ben. He can't stand the green messages. It's
anytime he texts me, it comes through as like an RCS text message for the last week.
RCS.
I told him today, I go, fucking telegram me.
We've had tech support on the issue, but also we got a new MVP quarter zips. I don't know. you like the hoods on them. That's our next project, is trying to get some hoods on them. But we'll be out in Dallas next week, so that'll be fun. But wanted to bring on our special guest here, Troy, who we've chatted with briefly on the phone before. Troy, how we feeling today? I know you're sweating out something over there.
I was sweating it out. I got the lucky push and cover.
All right.
I thought we could kick this off by singing "Happy Birthday" to Matt.
Oh man, we gotta wait till Monday for that one.
Absolutely not happening.
We gotta wait till Monday for that one. But yeah, I gotta take Matt out to dinner, and
I can't wait to run that bill up.
Please do. I got him a little gift that I think he'll appreciate.
Tell him what I got you for your birthday.
Oh, new toothbrush.
New toothbrush, because he hadn't used a new toothbrush in 8 fucking years.
No, it wasn't 8 years.
Yes, it was an electric toothbrush. And
the base of it, not the head. I switched the head of it.
Ben, the bottom,
this
the
is
base
fucked,
of it.
Troy. Don't even listen to him.
Troy, it's disgusting. So
Don't
Jewish.
listen.
The bottom of it.
This is a sports betting show, people.
Drool and old toothpaste crusted onto it. I go, dude.
Thanks for letting the world know.
Yep.
Now I'll never get
I
laid.
know exactly the description he's talking.
Disgusting. So
okay, but the toothbrush heads were replaced. It's the whole thing that wasn't. So
yeah, what your hand was touching.
And now the new one's fucked too. So
is it?
Not fucked, but yeah.
Just clean it.
Well, in case Troy didn't know, we try to be a sports betting show, but we dive into other topics there.
A lot of religious talk.
So, Troy, yeah, would love for you to just start telling the people a little bit about your football background, and then what your background is in the picks and handicapping space, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so I played football and basketball. In college, I played football. I was an All-American. I had a chance to, have some workouts. Never ended up making a team, but I was on the show NFL Undrafted on NFL Network for
the
2014 season. 2014 season is right, and yeah, unfortunately, that didn't all work out. But it honestly, opened up so many doors for me to be as successful as I am today. My gambling career, it's long and extensive. It started in Madden when I was young, growing up. I was basically in the professional scene, traveling the country, basically the Midwest and the East Coast, from Indianapolis to Harrisburg. I grew up in Chicago, won a couple Madden challenges, played cash games all over the country.
Oh, hell yeah.
After college, I started playing poker. Poker was really my first legitimate thing where I had a set bankroll and I was actually grinding hours, thousands and thousands of hands of live poker, 2-5, no limit. Moved on to blackjack once I realized how beatable some of the games were in my area. Unfortunately, those games started going away, and if they weren't going away, I was getting backed off. So then my last blackjack stint was in Las Vegas. It was in a suburb of Las Vegas, Summerlin. They still have the best blackjack games in the United States, still very beatable. Then once the pandemic hit, I started to get back into sports betting. It was like I had to take a hiatus after my sports career just because of how hard it is to transition out of your sports career. It's like texting your ex-girlfriend, man. It's like, you just got to get away from it for a while, and got back into it. And I went head first. Now I'm knees deep, obsessed with trying to find an edge. I got my own sports database for 4 different categories: NFL, NBA, NCAA basketball, and the MLB. But I'm really specializing in MLB and NFL, and that's kind of where my sweet spot is. I'm still trying to adapt to the college market. I know it's March Madness. I'm not having a great college basketball season, but yeah, it's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I guess let's well, first off, what position did you play in college there?
I played wide receiver.
Okay. Slot receiver, outside?
I played outside. I was a Z. So I was on that far right outside pretty much every snap.
Gotcha.
I wish I had played more in the slot. Yeah, my freshman year, I started in the slot, and then they moved me to the outside once they realized my 50-50 balls, the jump balls were just more like 75-25. So
I wish I could. I wasn't allowed to play football growing up. The
I
Jewish
wonder. I
thing.
wonder why.
Yeah, I mean it's
the
unbelievable.
I
Jewish
wonder
thing.
why. A lot
Troy,
of
it's unbelievable.
yeah.
My
There was
kids,
no way
my kids
Eileen-
will be playing football someday.
They're gonna have so many issues.
Injuries.
Yeah. A lot
It's
of
yeah,
lot of music
it's
coming out
terrible.
of there, Ben.
Yeah, he's jamming. He's a jammer.
Fucking
But diving into Troy, you mentioned I know we were sweating out a March Madness bet here. I guess we have conference tournaments, but this episode won't air till kind of after that fact. In your experience with March Madness betting tips, obviously there's heavy volume, right, versus NFL, and compare, it's second to NFL and college football season. What would be your top three maybe tips and tricks for people who are new to betting March Madness or people who have been betting March Madness and lose their money every year? How would you advise them to bet March Madness?
The first variable that, in my opinion, that's the most important is continuity. Meaning, you want guys that have been at a specific or particular program for multiple years. They're not transferring, jumping around, like especially over the past few years since the transfer portal hit. You see a lot of these teams that are, kind of the roster turnover is so high year over year. You don't see them finding a lot of success, especially in the mid majors. I mean, if you want to look at continuity, you can find that on KenPom. It's probably my heaviest weighted basically objective variable. I mean, subjective variable in this case. And then the line movement, right? I want to be on the bookie side. So if I see the bookies taking a stance on a particular side, like they were on George Washington today, I ended up cashing the first half pretty easily in that game. You could clearly tell that the bookies were taking a stand, and nothing's foolproof, right? You're going to get hit over the head a couple times, but in the long run, you want to be, you know, on the side of Vegas and on the side of the books, right? I mean, these are billion-dollar conglomerates that are building models. So if you see a line that's too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
So I would say line functionality, which is, the market bookies kind of showing their hand. Continuity would be the second biggest variable, and then seniority, right? I want guys that are juniors and seniors where basically their entire careers on the line, because a lot of these kids, they're not going to play in the NBA. They might go play overseas, but this is really their last chance at glory. So you want seniority. You want guys that have played together, that want to be at the program they're at. They're not looking to transfer. And then, of course, like all the little things like, rest advantage, effective field goal percentage, that all plays into the equation. But I would say those are my big keys.
I like it. Last year was crazy. It was all
I
favorites
was gonna
last year.
say, are you, Troy? Are you trying to go into it with anything in mind as terms of are you going to be taking the chalk or fading the chalk? Because the last two March Madnesses, ever since NIL, basically, it's been nothing but chalk, nothing but favorites, nothing but favorites covering. What's what's your rule of thumb going to be going into it, just from a team and totals perspective?
The chalk, I know it's so hard because you see all the chalk, you see it happening. Like I see it so frequently where in my database, I'll look at big favorites between 3 and 4 possessions. So between 9 and 12 and
Yeah.
how they performed. And if your sample's too small, you're only going to be looking at favorites covering every single time, right?
Mhm.
Especially last year, in the past 2 years. I mean, favorites have absolutely dominated day 2 and day 3, especially of conference tournament basketball. It's ridiculous. So I kind of want to buck the trend in those cases and want to back more dogs, but I can't help myself when I see these favorites, that like yesterday I was on a ridiculous amount of favorites and I got in a little bit of a tilted situation because Cincinnati failed to cover the first half and it really set me off. But yeah, I mean, yesterday I was heavy favorites. The day before that, I was pretty heavy dog. So I would say I'm pretty balanced from that perspective. But I would like to buck those trends. Like when you see a 2-year trend of a bunch of favorites covering, I would kind of want to be on the other side of that.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, it's getting to the point where if the chalk just dominates the tournament again, this would be 3 years in a row that ever since they really brought in the NIL money, it's been nothing but chalk in the tournament, and makes it not nearly as fun to watch as it used to be. We
Yeah.
used to get those Cinderella stories, which were awesome to watch and would turn the entire country into a fan of some random, no-name team.
No-name player who literally only shoots 3-pointers.
Yeah.
I remember Jack Golke a couple years ago.
Some random white kid from Northwestern Mutual, whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just it sucks that if it happens again 3 years in a row, I definitely think that that the NCAA needs to step in and try and orchestrate something to get some more parity.
Well, I mean,
in the tournament.
you get these guys playing, also real quick on teams that are 31-0, now 31-1. Miami, Ohio. That was crazy today. They would have lost eventually. But yeah, with the NIL and stuff now, I mean, anytime you have a good player who's a sophomore or junior, he's going to transfer out to a big fucking time program.
Yeah, get paid.
So then you get these, big time programs there that'll be good. But my rule of thumb for March Madness is, I know Matt and I are going to be out at the bars in Dallas, Troy, and you can probably agree. See, if you're out watching a bar at a big game and everybody's rooting for a certain side, that side's probably going to lose because the house is going to be fucking up at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Oh, and to the point of favorites covering in the conference tournament, neutral court, right? Because basically I'm separating my database from home, right, where there's home road dichotomy and when there's neutral court. And if you look at the conference tournaments over the past 2 years and these favorites covering, you could see that each year they made a progressive change to the way they're pricing these games. The spreads are getting a little bit too heavy. And next year, if this was to continue, I mean, next year, there's no doubt they're going to be way too overpriced. Because last year, the four and a half, five and a half are turning into 6.5, 7.5, and the 7.5, 8.5 is turning into over 3 possessions, so 9.5 or better. Yeah, so I think eventually it's just going to get too far out of hand, and it's going to that trend is going to come crashing back down to earth.
Yeah. Well, speaking of kind of betting tips and tricks, I definitely have my research team or research interns looking at first half, second half, team totals, all that kind of stuff. Are there any of those markets you tend to look into during March Madness, or are already kind of sending out to your clients right now during the conference tournaments?
So the first half is definitely one of the derivative markets I do look at, especially when it comes to college basketball, especially this time of year when you see there's a rest advantage. There's teams that have played on the court. Like, for example, the Big 12 tournament. I mean, that court is ridiculous. It's got to be a little bit uncomfortable playing out there if it's your first time. So if a team is basically coming off a game where they won the prior day, they're playing a team that's coming off a bye, hasn't played in 5, 6 days. I might be more interested in the first half because they're accustomed to the environment. They played a game there. They got a win under their belt. And obviously, right, they played a game. So as the game goes on, their legs could wear out, and thus creating an advantage in the first half. And the perfect example of that today is George Washington, where the first half line opened at 3, the full game line opened at 5.5, and that to me that's a tell right there because you're getting basically the bookies are showing that the first half. Oh, actually, that's not even an applicable case. It's not a good case right there. SMU and Louisville, that was a good one. That one happened. That one popped off yesterday. Um, yeah, but I like to look at the first half, and it's funny because in the NFL, I'm never betting first half or full. I'm always basically full game, and I don't get involved with the prop markets and a lot of the derivative markets very much because some of my colleagues that I do some consulting for that are moving way bigger money than I could even fathom, they can't get money down on those markets. They can't bet player props. They can't, So I really just focus on full game spread and total for the most part.
Gotcha. Yeah, one thing I've noticed this week, and Matt, I don't know if you've seen it, is uh, like the sharp syndicate groups. I feel like are going to be betting way more on conference tournaments and these smaller market games than the actual March Madness.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like this is
Yeah.
their week, right? This week and last week with the small ass ones, you can
that's
find
where
great value.
They can really manipulate the lines
Yeah.
that they want, steam up, steam down.
Yeah,
They can
yeah,
they
get
can
where
make
they
the
want.
lines exactly where they want them to be.
Yeah, and March Madness, like Final Four, Elite Eight. I feel like that maybe if they find something, but those are the tougher markets to crack. This is the week right now. So Troy, you got any? I guess Final Four contenders that you like? Maybe a wild card that isn't the Duke, Arizonas of the world, or have you not? We haven't seen the bracket yet. We still don't know injuries from the rest of this weekend yet. But any kind of initial thoughts here? I know it's a little bit early.
Yeah, I guess the only team I would point to would be Arkansas. I think they got the
Wow.
coach.
Okay.
They got elite talent on the floor, extremely great. Like just the athleticism is just off the charts. Could definitely compete with the likes of the Dukes and the Michigans, and but still, it's just there's just such a huge gap between the top three Like, especially this year, if you look at the difference between in the KenPom net rating, if you look at the difference between number 4 or is it number 3? I'll pull it up. But if you look at the difference between number 3 and number 10 this year, the gap is massive. Last year, it was much more condensed. Even the difference between number 3 and number 5, like last year, it was so tightly distributed. Now that the distribution this year, it's so wide. So like it's a little bit concerning, and to the point that Matt was making earlier. I mean, all this talent is as soon as they have a good season, they go off to one of these programs and gets pretty top heavy.
Yeah, I would love to see Michigan or Michigan State, one of the Big 10 schools. They haven't won since like 2000, any of them, which is insane to me because Big 10 basketball has always been good. SEC has had a bunch of wins. Arizona, I don't know when the last time they won was, but I know
When was the last SEC national champion?
Florida.
Yeah.
Florida. Yeah.
Fucking A.
Florida's been a great basketball program. Gonzaga's still in the mix there. Yeah, Miami, Ohio, they're ranked. I don't think they'll be ranked anymore after today's performance there. But yeah, I think I need to see what the bracket looks like and who's playing who and the injuries and stuff, right? Like Duke, 2 of their 3 best players are injured right now, so I don't really know how I feel about them anymore if those 2 guys are out, even though they have Boozer, who's a beast. So yeah, it should be an exciting tournament there. What's it called? But Troy, shifting over to baseball, I know that's starting up.
Later, Ralph.
Later, brother. But shifting over to baseball, Troy, have you been watching the World Baseball Classic at all?
No, I've not. Just because, after I transitioned from the NFL to college basketball, it's so busy to be able to catch up. Like early January, I start to make that transition, and it's just an overwhelming to try to prepare for this time of the season. So I really haven't been watching the World Baseball Classic or keeping up with that. But I did touch base a little bit recently on potential futures in MLB. Didn't love anything off the rip, but
What about the Dodgers winning the division or the West, or I mean the NL?
it's funny. I want to bet the Cubs to win the NL. I want to bet the Chicago Cubs to win the NL.
What are those? Aren't you out in Chicago area?
I am.
All right. What are those odds at?
Last I checked, it was plus 800 for them to win the NL.
I mean, Matt, is there any chance the Dodgers don't fucking come out of the NL again?
Oh, absolutely, brother. What was it last year, Troy, that they were down to an elimination game against the Padres and then they swept?
That might have been
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Whatever it is. I mean, dude, it's baseball. Like literally anything can happen. I mean, the Blue Jays took them to Game 7.
That was
so like
that game was one of the most highly rated games of the year.
That was one of the best baseball games I've ever watched.
I would say one of the best games.
Yeah, and
I would say that's the best baseball game I've ever watched.
Yeah, I mean,
wow,
that game was just something unheard of. But yes, to your point, there's absolutely a chance the Dodgers don't come out of the NL. Is there a chance they don't make the playoffs? No, obviously they're going to make the playoffs. They would need to have drastic injuries and shit go wrong.
Yeah. Troy, Matt and I were talking about the other day. Did you hear about the USA team and the coach and saying that they advanced even though they hadn't advanced officially yet the other day against Italy?
I didn't see that, but I did know that they needed Mexico to lose by 4 runs or something.
It was so U.S. thought they clinched a spot to the quarterfinals. They partied. Mark DeRosa got on an interview saying like, yeah, the guys are moving a little sluggish this morning. And then
What the fuck?
he's like, yeah, I'm going to try and get some of the, other guys some playing time and get them in. Like, I remember reading that and being like, why is he treating this like a throwaway game? Like, and then, like, I look at the lineup and, like Harper sitting, Alex Bregman sitting, Terang sitting, Cal Raleigh sitting.
Judge played?
Judge played. Byron Buxton sitting. And I'm like, damn, like, we're really putting the B squad out there tonight. Like, I guess they're not
B squad.
I guess they think that the B squad can take down Italy and get us into the quarters. And next thing, I mean, which granted, the B squad should have been able to beat Italy, but Italy's playing red hot. They're playing great baseball right now. And after the game, DeRosa, comes out and straight up says, like, I was unaware of the situation. I did not know that we hadn't clinched yet. I was misinformed. Like
This guy isn't even a coach, though. You're saying.
no, he's an MLB network analyst.
So why is he
He's a
coaching?
good baseball mind, dude. He's
How
a very good
embarrassing is
baseball
that?
mind.
That's
Brutal.
No. What's even more embarrassing to me is that none of the coaches or interns or whatever on the
No one.
fucking world
No
U.S. team said shit to the guy.
But last night it was either Italy needed to win or Mexico needed to score 5 runs. So at some point in the game, Italy went up. I
He's
think
from Jersey. He played for Fairleigh Dickinson.
Yeah, I think Italy went up like 6-0. So then at that point, USA had clinched because either Italy was going to win or Mexico was going to score more than 5. So it didn't matter. But yeah, I mean, everyone was holding their breath for a minute. But now they have US has Canada tomorrow night.
U.S., Canada, Korea, Dominican. And
US, Canada. US is like a minus 700 favorite.
And then Japan. It looks like we're going to play Japan in the final. Would be.
If Dominican Republic is red hot.
I mean, who knows? Italy could just be Puerto Rico and just go on a little run here. down in South Florida here. Tickets are very pricey. But yeah, I like the World Baseball Classic. I think it's great for the game. I like, when they do those in the 4 nations and all that stuff there. Troy, I guess, we were talking about futures a little bit for baseball. What would you say is your betting philosophy with baseball season? What is it, 3 weeks still at the end of the month? Something like that. Troy, what's your kind of baseball betting philosophy?
so I start the season out pretty slow,
Yeah.
slow paced. Like try to keep a low volume. It's really hard to do that. It's really hard to do that. It's much easier to do that in baseball or any professional sport, opposed to college, where for some reason I just want to just have 15 bets running every single day, which is a freaking nightmare because I'm spreading my bet across 5 different books. So trying to keep all that in order is and account for all that. Like the reconciliation process is pretty ridiculous, but so I try to keep it low volume early in the season until we really get some numbers in, some metrics to reference. And, for example, like XERA is something that I have heavily, I put a lot of weight into XERA. So I want to see pitchers that are performing below expectations. Public perception is driving the market. And, well, I guess the public isn't really driving the market. Let's be honest. The sharp action is driving the
Yeah.
market. But at least you kind of understand what the sentiment is and how to adjust. So yeah, I try to start out slow, and come mid-April, I probably ramp up my volume pretty significantly.
Yeah, I mean, that totally makes sense. I think not that the baseball betting volume will be down, maybe not in terms of that respect from the casual bettor, but the viewership, at least through, most of June and July with the World Cup on, it's going to be tough for them to compete with this year.
It'll lose some viewership, but not for nothing. I know you're not the biggest baseball guy, but like baseball's.
I think I hate the NBA more
Oh,
than anything right now at this point. Troy, I used to be a huge NBA guy, and I cannot stand them anymore.
NBA sucks.
Yeah.
I abandoned the NBA. I completely abandoned
Wow.
it.
This is like consistent with our guests, including the two of us. I mean, you're
There's
a
nothing
Celtics.
I'll watch
The Celtics, that's
and
different.
it.
That's different. You're a Celtics fan, and you know what? They actually play hard. I feel like. How's that? How are they looking, by the way, real quick with Tatum so far? How
They
you
looked
feeling?
great until Jaylen Brown got himself ejected in the second quarter against the Spurs the other night. That was the end of that.
And Wembanyama went off on him.
Yeah,
He's a fucking beast. He goes off on everyone.
No, bro, like don't be surprised if MLB bro, if MLB is able to get in the new CBA that they're trying to draft up with the m.v.p, collective bargaining agreement, if they're able to get the MLB to shut down the season for 2 weeks during the Summer Olympics, it's going to be right up there with like the U.S. hockey viewership. Like baseball is making a huge comeback, and I think that's more just in credit to how Manfred's done as terms of like growing the game and keeping it interesting and watching, getting people to watch.
Yeah, I think they're
making adjustments, and then the adjustments they made have been awesome. I
Yeah.
agree. Growing up, I had to choose between 3 sports. Narrowed it down. Baseball was the first one to go because it's boring to play. But now that I've come full circle, right, especially relative to basketball and football, it's definitely boring. But coming full circle, my favorite sport to watch now, outside of football, of course, just because you got to wait 7 days to get your fix. But yeah, I love watching baseball.
Hell yeah.
I mean, the only team I'm a fan of, growing up on the south side of Chicago, my dad's a Cub fan, so he bleeds Cubby blue for real. So the only team I'm a fan of is the Chicago Cubs. So I watch a lot of baseball.
Yeah, I love it.
That's like me with football. Just Green Bay. We'll dive into that later. It's been a fucking shit show of an offseason for us. My God. Um, Speaking of NFL, we'll dive into this real quick with you, Troy, and then Matt and I will dive into it further. I guess I know you've been definitely deep into the college basketball and the picks and all that stuff. But have you heard the whole Max Crosby saga so far, or if not,
Yeah,
I'll kind of okay.
I heard a little bit about that, right? He got traded to the Ravens, and then they canceled the trade or something
I mean,
ridiculous.
he had injury history, and then when he went to go get his physical, the doctors advised that. I mean, they were giving up 2 first-round picks for him. Um, so now he's back on the Raiders. I personally think, the Raiders should still trade him. They're not going to be able to get 2 first-round picks, I don't think now, but and he's a great player and good for Baltimore getting Trey Hendrickson and keeping their number 14 pick. But
They needed a pass rusher. That pass rush was
yeah.
incompetent,
I mean, they were
at
about
the
to give up
to
2
say the
first
least.
round picks for him, so I'm on the side of like, you get to save your picks. Hendrickson's a beast, but they're paying these guys. I guess my question to you, which isn't really a free agency question, Troy, is what's your opinion of like a lot of these NFL guys in their 30s now, like Hendrickson, 31, Mike Evans, 33, Trent Williams, he's 38 and he's been getting paid the last couple of years. Like these older NFL guys, you think the medicine or the technology is just better where they can play longer, or are these guys? Is Mike Evans getting a 3-year deal at 33 like a ridiculous, number for a wide receiver there? What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like I have to skew to the thought of that being a cash grab and like feeding, basically, serving your fan base, trying to get a big name guy, get fans in the seats, get all the hype around your team, going and buying jerseys, right? I feel like there's a lot from a marketability standpoint that they pull the trigger on things like that rather than draft a player in the first round and maybe he booms, maybe he busts, but it's pretty damn certain that most of these guys are going to bust, and if they are going to boom, it might take a few years. So you don't get the instant gratification and boost in sales for a lot of these players. So maybe that's what the logic is, because I don't get it. Maybe the technology is much better, and these guys could play later into their career, but I don't think that's the objective truth when you look at the production from players over the age of 30.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I think Evans is one of the best X receivers that I've seen. Speaking of X, Y, the different
yeah,
receiver
yeah, yeah.
language that you like to say there. I'm not as well versed as you there. But I always think X receiver, big bodied, fucking, guy that's gonna go jump. And Mike Evans is quintessential for that. So yeah, I mean, he's 33. What do you think, Matt? He's fucking 33-year-old getting a 3-year deal on a team with a bunch of old fucking
Yeah,
guys. Anyways,
I don't think that the Niners were, like Mike Evans away from being a Super Bowl contender again.
Right.
And compared to
You know?
Seattle and the Rams,
Yeah,
I don't think they're very
exactly.
close to either of them.
Um, I think, Mike Evans will help and give their offense brand new life
He's
and
getting injured half the
kind of
year
help.
last year.
But like, I don't know. If I'm looking at like, okay, what are the pieces we need to get back up into that like S tier category of now what is the NF or the NL or oh my fucking
NFC
God,
West?
NFC, no, just
Oh.
NFC, which is the Seahawks and the Rams. Signing Mike Evans is not
And
on
then
my
they have
radar.
32-year-old Kittle, 38-year-old tackle, 30-year-old McCaffrey. Like these guys are just,
It's not what I'm looking at.
and they're paying the quarterback now. So
Yep.
and I think Jennings is going to leave there. So that'll be interesting. Um,
If I'm going to take a leap of faith on anything, though, it wouldn't be a receiver. It would
Yeah.
definitely be a Max Crosby, a defensive, a pass rusher, an offensive lineman, somebody on
well,
the front.
speaking of that, let's dive into that because, I mean, if I guess Troy, if you're the Raiders, uh, you know, do you agree with the Raiders' move of signing Linderbaum, the center from the Ravens, to a $27 million a year, by far the most in the league? They are bringing in Mendoza, who's going to be a rookie quarterback. They've made some moves, but what are your thoughts on them paying a center who's established in the league that much money, above market rate value? You played on the offensive side of the ball. What are your thoughts on the center position and the Raiders, paying a fortune for a guy, but they do have a rookie quarterback. So I don't know. I wanted to get your football sense on that.
If you look at the highest graded offensive lines in all of football, they all have one thing in common, and that is the center is well above average. So I do think that the center position is extremely important. I watch offensive, when I'm watching tape during the week after the last week had closed, I'm definitely putting most of my attention on, are they protecting the quarterback? Are they missing is it a duo scheme? Are they missing their read? Just the center is valuable, extremely valuable. So I like what they're doing, to be honest. I think if I'm going to take a shot, it'll definitely be on the offensive line for the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean they spent a ton of money in free agency. Are you aligned with that? And just
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. They need to fix like the fundamental aspect of the game, which, trenches and that
the center quarterback communication
yes.
is essential,
essential.
and I think Mendoza is going to be.
Mendoza will be good. I mean, but they no longer have that second first round pick. So it's like, I don't know. I was
Yep.
all in on them doing like Mendoza and either like, a big time defensive star, like a top tier wide receiver. Because I mean, unless I'm blanking, outside of Bowers, they don't have anybody.
They got Genty still.
Yeah,
They
I'm
traded
talking about
no,
like,
they traded Myers.
yeah. They have nobody on like
They
the
have.
outside
They
to
just
open
signed
up the-
Jalen Naylor.
Ooh.
They're going to draft the receiver. No, they're going to draft. They have another first round pick at the end of the first round.
So they had 3 if this
They
Ravens.
yeah.
Whoa, damn.
Yeah,
Fuck.
and top of the second round, so it's kind of like a end of the first round. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've spent and made some moves, the Raiders. So shout out to them. I think Brady's been a big help with what they're doing. Will Mendoza be a superstar? I don't know, but do I think he's going to be a lot better than Shadur Sanders? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the organization, you get him a good center, he's going to feel a lot better going into each snap with that. And I would say Brock Bowers is, 1 or 1A in terms of tight ends in this league. So.
Oh, I'm not picking anybody above him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's my number one in terms of skill and what you're paying him.
I
And
feel like
age,
fantasy, he's going to be a fucking stud next year.
beast.
Yeah, just quarterback not dependent.
You
But
know what I don't get about like a team like the Raiders? If you look around the landscape of the league and you look at where the most successful offenses, most successful quarterbacks in the NFL, they run a ton of play action. Like Sam Darnold is a perfect example of a quarterback who started to thrive last year in the Viking system when a ton of play action was being incorporated, right? Kevin O'Connell. This year, his play action rate was like amongst the bottom of the league in terms of I'm talking about the Raiders. I'm talking about Geno Smith. So, but I just don't understand how some of these guys can look around the league, watch what all these mastermind offensive coordinators are doing, and then completely omit that and go with their own thing. Like you want to copy paste and put your own little touch on it. I don't know. Like the Raiders are a broken team, man.
yeah, well, we'll see about the Raiders. I did 2 quick things you got me thinking on there because you mentioned the Vikings. One, I'm scared shitless if the Vikings get Kyler Murray, considering what Kevin O'Connell has done with the quarterbacks that have gone there so far and the foundation that they have. But moving off that, and kind of the last question for Troy here, as a Chicago guy, what are your thoughts on the Bears potentially moving to Indiana here?
The Indiana Bears, I think it's rightfully so. I mean, who would want to stay in the state of Illinois? I certainly
Wow.
don't. My family wasn't here, and Hammond's, I mean, that's where I played a lot of my poker. That was the first blackjack table I got backed off, was in Hammond, which is right around where the stadium would be. I don't mind it. I mean, it's not technically Chicago, but it's still Chicagoland, and this state is just fucking disaster, especially the city of Chicago.
It sounded like
So
the mayor had some say over this stadium and them not staying and whatever. I hope they don't. I'm a Packers fan and they're a fucking Chicago team. They shouldn't leave and move to Indiana. Soldier Field's iconic. We have to go to a game. Have you been to Soldier? I assume, Troy.
oh yeah, yeah. I've been to Soldier.
Middle of fucking nowhere, right?
What, Soldier Field?
Yeah.
It's right on the lakefront. It's right off the Lakeshore.
They got a
Drive.
lot
I
of
mean,
bars nearby, or what's near there?
Not really. Not a lot of bars nearby. It is kind of in no man's land.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
the middle
yeah,
of
it
nowhere.
kind of is. It kind of is. It's
I'm-
not like Wrigley, where
Yeah.
you're just surrounded by. You're just. It's a baseball park dropped in the middle of a neighborhood. Pretty similar to how Green Bay. Not similar. It's completely different, to be honest. But the Green Bay Packers. You go out to Lambeau. God, it's just such a.
Yeah. I went for the
Yeah,
first
the
time
ambiance is awesome.
or not last year, 2 years ago. which was awesome there. But Troy, it's been a pleasure having you on the show here. I guess where can the viewers find you, find your picks for March Madness coming up here? Any social media or things you want the viewers to know before we have you log off here?
Yeah, you can find me on X. You can just search up Troy Torrance. You should be able to find me pretty easily. I post at least one pick a day. I post some other information sporadically when I do have time. And yeah, that's pretty much the only social I use as it relates to sports betting. So that's where I would go if you're looking for me.
Awesome, brother. Well, appreciate the time today. Hope Arkansas does well. I'll remember that you said that in the tournament there. And good chatting face to face. I know we'd chatted on the phone before, but this was fun. And yeah, let's all have a great March Madness.
Likewise, Simon, Matt, good luck to y'all. And I hope to be back on soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll keep you posted. Thanks, Troy. Appreciate it.
Dude.
He knows his football shit.
Knows football. Yeah. Big football guy.
Yeah. Although
I want to go back to that comment that you made about your kids playing football.
Oh, yeah?
You really think that's going to happen?
We'll give him a shot.
A lot of athleticism running through those bones?
A lot of athleticism. You know, it's going to be tough in Dallas next week when I'm going to be boozing like crazy.
Ben.
Apparently, don't bother him.
Ben. How athletic do you think Simon's kid's going to be?
That's so mean, bro. Don't even do it to me. That's so fucked.
Oh yeah.
I used to be.
Go grab a football. Watch him catch.
No, please don't do that. Yeah, your baseball just hitting. I could probably hit the fucking ground. You know that fucking hit you did last night in the game.
Simon, I'm hitting like 850 on the season. You would not be hitting.
Do not throw it back here. Do not do it. No, don't do it. You're gonna break the TV on fucking. Do not do it. That's a lot of pressure there and money that I do not want to spend as I'm doing well financially. Anyways,
no Ubers over here anymore, baby.
No, that was last year. This time, my hell.
No, not this time.
It was like 2 weeks after. It was the first. Up. Was it first weekend or second? I think it was first
of March Madness that you dumped.
Yeah,
second.
Oh, it wasn't Elite Eight, Sweet 16. It was the Wisconsin game. I'm gonna look it up.
That was a rough time.
What's his name? Tunjay.
You were really upset. Almost got thrown out of American Social.
Fuck that place though.
He's sitting there at the bar.
John Tunjay.
It's like, no! And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know this guy.
That did happen.
She's like, sir, you need to calm down. He's like, do you know how much money I'm losing? What a time to be alive. Wow. Gotta love it. Anyway.
I gotta find this. Hold on.
Yeah, look at him now.
BYU 322. It was the opening weekend. It was their second game of the tournament.
Round of 32.
Yeah, round of 32. He put up 35 points.
Yep.
Well, no, hold on. 35 minutes. How does it not say points? Personal foul. How the fuck does this thing not say points? This is unbelievable. Whatever. He had a lot of fucking points. Anyways, I don't want to talk about that because that was real shambles.
Well, that's why we're not going to be betting big money this tournament.
You know what? I'm not betting any money this tournament.
Good man.
Number one. Number two, I should have put it on fucking fading Miami based off of my strategies. But whatever. I didn't do it. It's okay. Making good money. So we're good there. Going back to NFL talk here. How are you feeling about your Pats? We'll start there.
Pats are good.
Are they? Because I don't think Dobbs is that fucking great.
I mean, okay, I didn't know we were basing the entirety of New England on the one wide receiver signing that we have. I'm not thrilled about the Dobbs signing, and now I have to look at that fucking stupid Guardian cap.
Yeah, you hated that.
I hate that shit every time that the offense is on the field. But besides him, Kevin Byard, the safety from the Bears.
I love that move. That's one of my favorite moves of the fucking
beast. We picked up that. Didn't
he play for Tennessee?
Yes.
With Vrabel. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we picked up a tackle from the Jets. I like him. So I mean, I'm not worried.
Tucker, yeah, he's
I'm
good.
not worried at all. I mean, do the Patriots have, Super Bowl appearance written all over them again? No, but to be honest, I don't think anybody from the AFC does. So
no, it's all over the place.
It's all over the place.
What about your thoughts on the Bills getting DJ? Does that change anything? I don't really think so.
I mean, it helps. They did not have a number one last year, and I still think that DJ Moore is very, very. He's like a 1B. If you had to put the number one wide receiver.
I was gonna say if you called him a 1A.
No, he's a 1B. He's clearly a 1B, but he's better than. Who was the number one last year? Shahid, what was his name?
Oh, Shakir. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like a three. He's a slot guy.
Yeah, he's like
And
they
Keon
don't-
Coleman, who
yeah,
they
Keon
hate.
Coleman, they hate him. Poor guy.
The owner fucking hates
But
the guy.
yeah, I mean, that's a big upgrade. It's a big upgrade.
They give up a first round pick for him.
I forget.
They give maybe it was 2
I
seconds.
think yeah, but I mean, I still think that New England and the Bills probably split. Like, I don't think that DJ Moore is.
No. They'll probably split. I'm trying to see. I feel like it was a second round pick. Bills are still gonna. I don't think the coaching
Dude,
is
you
there.
need to stop using Google and use ChatGPT. If you asked ChatGPT, it would have answered you right away.
Really?
100%. What was the DJ Moore
Moore.
trade? DJ Moore trade. Guarantee you it tells you. Dude, your computer's fucking up.
Not as much as my phone. This is taking way fucking longer, bro.
That's taking longer, I can't lie. What are you on?
ChatGPT.
No, you're not.
2020. Oh, they got a second this
There
year.
you go. You gotta fix
That's a nice trade for the Bears.
way too many tabs open. It's fucking
It's really not that many.
give me agita.
Not as bad as my dad trying to. He still hasn't applied for that $70 credit thing. Okay. Going off of another AFC team here. Chiefs signing the Super Bowl MVP, Kenny Walker, to a massive fucking deal. Losing their entire secondary, by the way, 2 of which went to the Rams, who you still are going to hate on for no fucking reason.
I'm gonna hate on them because you overvalue them.
I do not overvalue. They were one of the 4 best teams in the league last year.
Yeah.
And they're going to beat Seattle this year with their top 5 corner.
Why aren't you just a Rams fan?
No.
I don't get it. You like them more than you like the Packers.
I'm not going to like them, I don't think, when Stafford leaves.
Yeah, you're weird. You get weird, dude. Like Vrabel, you're obsessed with him. Stafford, you're obsessed with him. You just get these weird obsessions with people.
I mean, Stafford's a fucking beast. So is Vrabel. These are cool guys. I try to emulate my life off of these guys.
I can tell.
Sean McVay's a cool guy. I don't know why you just hate the Rams. It's unbelievable. I hope they win
I
it
think
next
Sean
year.
McVay honestly reminds me of you.
No.
Yeah, no,
I mean, I hope when I'm like 35.
I think if you
can
guys stood
date.
next to each other, I wouldn't be able to tell the
I would love to meet him and his smoking hot wife. Good for him.
Hey, you'd pop a chub.
Probably.
Gross.
But yeah, Kenny Walker to the Chiefs there. Trey Henderson getting paid a fucking boatload there. The Chiefs signing Kenneth Walker means they're not going to go. I mean, you know the Notre Dame running back Love, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to draft a running back now.
I love that. I never understand the.
But they're
purpose.
paying $15
Yeah, I
million
don't like that.
a
I
year
don't
to
like that
Kenneth
either.
Walker.
I don't like
instead.
that either. I'm a big fan of not drafting running back high and not overpaying for a running back. I would rather put the money into my O line.
Well, speaking of O-line, not O-line? Teams in my Packers division. Terrible transition. Minnesota, if they get Kyler Murray, is that
How did that?
I don't know, it popped in my head.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Definitely Kyler needed to get out of Arizona. That fit was done. The experiment was over. I mean, I just don't see Kyler being that piece that the Vikings are missing. I think they're missing a quarterback, but I don't look at Kyler Murray and think he screams like, "Yup, that's the guy."
Because he's short?
No, I just don't.
He plays Call of Duty?
Nothing to do. I just don't think he's the guy.
I'm just trying to see if those reports are actually true that he does like Call of Duty that much.
I don't know. You act like I hang out with the guy.
I don't know. Maybe you saw him online once when you're
No.
playing.
Battlefield only, not Call of Duty.
Why do you not like Call of Duty?
Game's gone downhill.
Game's gone downhill.
Yep.
Interesting.
It's like the NBA, gone downhill.
Why does everybody hate the NBA so much? Every person we bring on, I haven't had one person say they like the NBA.
Captain's picks like the NBA.
Sorry, Jordan and Miles.
But you're right.
I mean, we went to an NBA game.
Shitty product.
Did they play any defense? No.
No.
Did you like seeing LeBron James?
I mean, I liked going to the game. It was fun.
Did you like the dessert bar at the Staples Center?
I did.
Or the
I
Crips?
did. I got some ice cream. I got
Oh yeah, some
2
sprinkles,
slices
Ben.
of cake. And everyone was just picking. It was yummy. Big sprinkles guy.
Yeah. Shout out to the girl that was nicknaming me Sprinkles, and that didn't work out. So we're on to
So-
new girls there.
Yeah, we're on.
But
Buying stocks low.
yeah. Speaking of that, Max Crosby. So where do you think he lands now? Does he stay in Vegas?
He already said he was.
He said that?
Yeah, he tweeted it point blank. He was like,
What?
Like everything happens for a reason. Raider Nation. Like I'm a Raider. Like something. Look it up. You already put it up. He tweeted on X or posted on X. Why are you on your calendar? What are you?
I have to send out CVB pics
What
later.
the fuck was that?
Our Discord's popping.
Ben, he straight up goes to Twitter to look something up, immediately pivots to calendar and puts in CBB pics.
I need to send them out. We got the Discord.
And he's still on calendar.
14 hours ago, believe nothing. I'm a Raider. I'm back. Run that shit.
There you go.
6.4 million.
Does that answer your question?
He's also 6 years sober. Shout out to him.
That is cool. What are you, like 6 minutes sober?
Yeah. Definitely boozing tonight.
What's tonight?
Jew event.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Doing the fucking Jew event.
I told my mom I'm almost done with it.
Good. They haven't worked.
I know.
I've known you for 4 years. Have you gotten laid from one of them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's happened.
At least you got laid. No girlfriends.
What is... No, nobody worth it. Max Crosby, though? Fucking... Why would he do this, bro? What the fuck? He loves Vegas, but he doesn't even drink. How do you love drinking?
Yeah, honestly, that is true. How do you love staying in Vegas without drinking?
Oh, man. Imagine... I don't like this at all.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to say.
I'm not a fan of this.
Okay.
I like when players go to new teams. But speaking of players going to new teams, not shout out officially to my Green Bay Packers for doing absolutely nothing this offseason.
Yeah.
Probably because we're paying Micah a fortune.
I mean, you would want to last offseason be like, Matt, why aren't you excited that we got Micah? And I'm like, well,
I was looking at Rashawn Gary's stats. I'm not really that mad about him leaving because he did nothing for the second half of the season there. So that was pathetic there. But yeah, our division's getting tougher. UMass is trending. There's an active shooter somewhere, apparently.
Okay, all right.
Jewish synagogue in Michigan. Look at this shit.
Are you serious?
Yeah, car crashes the Jewish synagogue in Michigan. Active shooter.
It's fucked. That's fucked. For all the Jew jokes I make, we can't be doing that.
Wow.
Can't be doing that. Ben, no more Jew jokes for the rest of the day, buddy.
Armed Temple Israel synagogue. Active shooter. Fuck. Bad news. We have breaking on the air right here. Actually, it's been on for 40 minutes. Fucking goddamn with these active shooters.
Let's go back to sports.
Let's go back to sports.
Not a big politics guy.
No. Big sports guy. So, yeah, we'll be in Dallas next week, people. Matt, you excited to explore some new sports bars that aren't fucking South Florida?
Yes. Extremely excited.
Some passionate SEC basketball fans.
A lot of SEC, a lot of Texas Tech, a lot of SMU. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, Texas Tech. We're kind of rooting for our boy.
Yeah, for our boy, absolutely.
We're gonna be on them. I won't be betting, which would be good.
It's okay.
I'm excited. I'm excited to just enjoy, get some sunshine.
You live in Florida. You get plenty of sunshine.
Well, actually, we're gonna be inside at bars.
We're gonna be getting 0. I don't know what you're saying.
I kind of like the 11.
Why is your screen so zoomed in? The fuck? How bad are your eyes?
Oh shit! Why is it doing that?
Jesus. The fuck?
I'm just gonna do this to piss you off. All right. Well, Troy was a great guest. Any parting thoughts for March Madness? What's your one thing you tell people? Don't chase. Don't fucking something.
Don't chase, but if you're gonna chase, chase the chalk. Bottom line, chase the chalk and hammer the overs. It's worked for the last 2 years in a row. Don't know why it wouldn't this year. I think it's not a trend. I don't think it's this. I don't think it's that. I think it's an NIL issue, and NCAA has done nothing to correct it yet. So
do you have any college program that you like root for? I guess
I'll probably find one once like every.
No, but I'm saying like Duke, Arizona, Michigan, or
football. I always just
Yeah.
pulled a Bama just because I love Saban. So I usually.
I feel like we're gonna end up getting into like one of these SEC schools
100%.
if we're at a bar where
Yes.
people are like rocking and shit. The good news is I don't think we're gonna have to ask the bars to turn the sound on for the games,
No.
which will be great. I'm curious to see what the crowd will look like at 11 a.m. Thursday next week of the first week of March Madness. And the Stars have a big game next Wednesday night. It's very exciting, people. So we will be back in about 2 weeks. And we got Poppy coming to town, so a lot of stuff going on, but been a great show.
And the Little Menace.
The Little Menace, yes, that is true. I don't know if I can ever handle kids after seeing the Little Menace on camera. I hope Poppy listens to this.
I thought your kids were going to be football stars.
Nah, we'll see. We'll save that for the little menace here. But shout out Troy for coming on the show, guys. Good luck with your March Madness bets, and yeah, let's make Vegas pay. We're selling. We're selling these.
Touch the wrong tip.
We're selling these. Thank you, guys. Peace.